designing with data, discovery with data. Day one is exploring a data set and spotting UX clues. So the whole point of this is to look at raw data and see if you can find something that seems interesting and worth exploring. And understand that, looking at data, picking your first data set, looking at it, and finding something is not necessarily the common path. I think there may be an inclination to find something or find a data set and dig through it until you find something. But what I would do is pick a topic of interest and find a number of different data sets and see if you can find something interesting in those data sets. There's a good chance that someone else has already found something meaningful in it. But this just may be an opportunity for you to go in and maybe find something somebody else already has, but you go through the motions of filtering data, seeing if you can find patterns, see meaning. And the other is that if as a part of your work you have access to customer analytics or usage analytics, you can dig through that. Certainly use that. Don't disclose anything here that you can't based on your NDAs. But it's an opportunity to use that, or you could use one of these common data sets. So in Kaggle, there's one about Netflix usage and customer retention. So you may be able to find some interesting stuff in there, but they have quite a few data sets and that provide a lot of opportunity for you to find something interesting to solve for. Look through the data sets. This may require that you put them in a program like Access or Excel. Scan for outliers, inconsistencies, or usage patterns. So you're really looking for something that stands out as unusual, something beyond just completely randomized data, something that potentially could speak to a problem that needs to be solved for. And then ask, what does this actually say about the users, their goals, their struggles, their needs? What are they trying to do here? Why is this behavior this way? So in that Netflix customer retention data, why are people dropping off? Is it something to do with the country they're in potentially? Usage patterns, is there something we can tell based on how they're using it? But just start to ask those questions and document 3 to 5 of them. Say, well, I have these 3 or 5 questions or curiosities I have, and that will fuel your researching these a little bit more. You can do that this week. So if you have 5 questions that you've surfaced that you want to ask, go into search engine, go into AI, and start having that conversation. You can also do some primary research if you want to, if you have access to it. But just start to ask some of those questions and document them. The key thing is to just start getting into that iterative cycle of having a question, researching it, having subsequent questions until maybe you land on something that's a little bit more solid. And feel free to share anything interesting that you find in the Discord. Otherwise, we will see you on day 2.